That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
The start of school means the start of new sports seasons, which unfortunately can mean injuries. Too often, sports injuries are treated with opioids, leading to addiction among our youth. And drug addictions can cause overdoses and deaths. If you're injured, ask your doctor for medicines and therapies that don't use opioids. And if you're struggling with opioid addiction, we can offer treatment. Opioid addiction is a losing game. You can help. Learn more at realhelpvr.com. That's realhelpvr.com.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome in to Ascension Parish, nestled on the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. The Ascension Catholic Dog Walk, a long-standing tradition, and Coach Taylor James making sure it's part of the festivities. Floyd Boutte Stadium, the site for our Thursday night game of the week on the LHSAA network, pitting the 2-1 Dunham Tigers against the 2-1 Ascension Catholic Bulldogs. Welcome into the press box, everyone, alongside former LSU Tiger Derry Beckwith. I'm Garrett Walver-Derry. We take a look at Ascension Catholic. They have a new coach in Taylor James and a new offense, averaging 35 points a game. Tonight, though, it's their defense that's going to have their hands full with the #1 recruit, Elijah Haven, in Dunham's attack.
They are going to have their hands full with Elijah Haven. And as a D lineman, you want to play with lane integrity tonight, because if you don't, you allow Elijah Haven to get out of pocket, that's where he's most dangerous. And also, Dunham has a 6'4" wide receiver by the name of Jarvis Washington, so they got to make sure they put a couple of bodies on him to limit him from making big plays.
Dunham went 10-0 in the regular season last year and made a run to the Dome. Let's take a look at our keys to the game and Derry Beckwith.
For Dunham, you want to limit the turnovers and don't force it. They have a lot of injuries, and sometimes when you're the top quarterback in the country, you want to do more than what you're asked to do. So if I'm Elijah Haven, play within the game plan, limit the turnovers, and don't force anything. And for the defense, read your keys tonight and play gap sound football. Ascension Catholic plays a lot of different running backs and have a lot of different personnel groupings. And for Ascension Catholic, control the clock and keep the ball out of Dunham's offensive hands. And also blitz Elijah Haven all night long, because if you do, they have been subject to giving up a lot of sacks. Old linemen very young and experienced, so I expect Ascension Catholic to bring the heat all night long.
Ascension Catholic made the Division IV Select semifinals a year ago, but they must replace their all-state running back, Chad Elzy. Our kickoff is away, and the Bulldogs for Ascension Catholic will receive it. Let's go down to Steve Schneider.
Goes into the end zone. Touchback.
We'll hear from Steve Schneider in just a moment. Dunham won the toss and deferred. So Ascension Catholic will come out. Derry, this has been a very tight matchup over the last 3 years. Dunham has all 3 wins, but these games have been decided by 5 points total.
This is a playoff atmosphere. Both these teams are prepping for district play, so this is a great matchup tonight between both these programs.
Drive will start on the 20-yard line. Number 8, Greg Fernandez, a 6 foot, 153-pound sophomore in just his 4th start. Hands off to Trevin Simon, who makes a nice trucking run over the right side. Simon, 5'11", 185-pound senior.
Good for the Bulldog, first down.
And right, we're talking about these running backs on Ascension Catholic. It's running back by committee, and that time Trevor Simon does a great job pressing the hole, hitting the gap, getting upfield, and picking up positive yards on his first down.
Simon picking up from where he was a week ago against St. Thomas Aquinas, 250 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Ball on the 32-yard line. Man in motion, John Rob Daigle, who also doubles as a linebacker. Dunham's really going to have to commit tonight. Let's take a look at Fernandez, who's averaging about 100 yards passing and rushing per week. He was mostly in use as a backup QB a year ago to Camille LaBeouf. 330 passing yards for him. Taking a look at the sidelines, and Coach James, Coach talked to us earlier in the week about this fast and wide defense. It's an up-tempo spread. They're not quite up-tempo right now. Maybe part of that is by design because you don't want to go 3 and out and put Elijah Haven back on the field.
You have a lot of running backs and your quarterback is young, but he did talk about Grant Fernandez that he wants him to rely on his arm a little bit more. He has elite arm talent, so let's see if he lets it rip tonight.
Fernandez for the first down. Nice job. Our starting lineups on offense brought to you by Farm Bureau. Trevin Simon will run the rock. Cy Landry, Jacob Julian, and Johnny Villalon make up one of the best wide receiving cores in 1A, and Chris Anthons at tight end has elite size, 6'3", 220 pounds. A pair of sophomores on the offensive line for Ascension Catholic. They brought back just 2 starters. First down, designed run, this time for Fernandez. Stiff arms one defender, falls forward for positive yards. This is a good start for the sophomore.
He is. He's controlling the game, and that time they like to do a lot of jet sweeps with him. Quarterback
there is a
that
flag
time
on the
to get
play.
to the edge. Let's see what this penalty is.
Wrapped up in number 20, Reed Williams, and number 19.
Our white hat tonight, Calvin Lacey from the Baton Rouge Association of Officials, and that's going to back up Ascension Catholic. They only returned 5 starters on offense, and several of them have switched roles,
penalty,
including Simon, who last year was a wide receiver. You see now starting off as a running back.
Holding backs the Bulldogs up 10 yards back to their 33.
That'll move it back to the 33-yard line. Now 1st and 20 for Fernandez. Simon with the delayed handoff. And a swarm of Dunham defenders get to him. The Dunham defense also brought to you by Farm Bureau. Trahan, DeLate, and Myers on the defensive line. Richard Bonneville, a talented linebacker. Jancy and Johnson also finish out that core. Richard Montgomery, who's also a starting wide receiver for the Tigers, one of the veterans at cornerback. And number 20, Reed Williams, a starter in 8th grade for Coach Neil Weiner's Tigers. He's the son of former LSU defensive lineman Kyle Williams, your former teammate, if I'm not wrong, Gary.
Yeah, he was a senior when I was a freshman. I had a lot of respect for the guy. He's doing an outstanding job right now with the D lineman at LSU.
Spent 5 seasons with Ruston as their defensive coordinator, and now the defensive line coach for Brian Kelly at LSU. So the move to Baton Rouge. His son Reed, of course, with Dunham. Incomplete pass, that'll freeze the clock.
And Garrett, if you're a Ascension Catholic, you do not want to be behind the sticks. 3rd and 16 is a situation you don't want to be in. We talked about controlling the clock. You have a young quarterback. You want to put him in situations where you have manageable downs.
Fernandez has already completed 1 pass for a first down. Now looking at 3rd and long. They'll need 16, 2 wide on the outside. That's Jacob Julian and Villalon. Villalon's running a post. Fernandez down and overthrows his man. I think that one touched the ground before Julian got his mitts on it. he split the two wide receivers that were open.
Looks like Jacob Julian right here was able to work back to the football. That time Fernandez put a little bit more on it. He would have completed that ball, but did a great job as Julian's right in front of the defenders. But it looks like it was an incomplete pass. He's got to put a little bit more on it. But obviously a situation where the Ascension Catholic offense could not get things going, kind of got stalled after that penalty.
This punt barely gets away. That ball did bounce off the turf. This one rolls to about the 31-yard line. And let's go down on the field with Steve Schneider.
Guys, the dog walk coming over here, I was with Ascension Catholic. There were gnats everywhere. And there are still some on the field. That's probably going to be their defensive approach. You figure that Elijah Haven coming off some interceptions, a loss, missing some of the people he worked all summer with that are not in there. If they can make him uncomfortable, like a swarm of gnats, perhaps they can have some effectiveness in slowing down this Dunham offense that's trying to rebound from that loss to St. Charles Catholic.
Good stuff, sir. We'll send down like a vial of Raid, Max, whatever they got. We're looking at Elijah Haven, the Max Preps National Sophomore of the Year. This season, 731 yards passing, 9 touchdowns already, and approaching 250 yards rushing. Last week, here down in the New Orleans area against St. Charles Catholic, ended up throwing a pair of pick sixes, which he had never done before, ended up being the difference in the ball game. First loss in 2 seasons. Handoff in the backfield to Richard Montgomery, and he is stopped in the backfield. Starting lineups for Dunham on offense: Haven at quarterback, Beckett Wilson, a sophomore, making his first varsity start. And you've got Como and Dragseth back on the left side as starters, Sotil and Thomas at wideout. Quick little flare-out pass to Jarvis Washington, all-state wide receiver a year ago. He goes forward for positive yards. Waiting for the official's call. Might not be enough for the first down. And again, your starting defense for Ascension Catholic: Barber, an all-state defensive end and running back. You take a look at Melanson, whose brother Mason was an all-state player 1 season ago. Just 5 returners back on defense for Ascension Catholic. There's a first down pass. They actually did not get the first down on the previous play. Going down hard is Washington. We're seeing him before the game started, 6'4", 190. He is a South Alabama commit. A lot of talent.
A lot of talent. 6'4", has a wide range to catch the football. And one thing about Washington, he catches the ball at his highest point, does an outstanding job, has elite body control at the wide receiver position.
Foul. Encroachment on the defense.
So a flag against Ascension Catholic, and that's an automatic first down for Dunham. Elijah Haven last year, 3,000 yards passing, 37 touchdowns, ran for over 900 yards and 19 scores on the ground. 3 wide set. Coach told us that their starting tight end, Milo Johnson, injured, so they're probably not going to run a tight end for this game. Look at the shove there by Elijah Haven. Finally gets knocked back down. Probably going to see a little bit more, maybe max protect, run with a little protection, or 4 wide sets by Dunham in this game.
They're going to get the ball quickly out of Elijah Haven's hands tonight and do a lot of quarterback run game.
5 wide right now for Dunham, 2nd and 6. Only rushing 3. They can't turn the corner on him defensively. Catch made by Chris Thomas, the 6'2" senior, who's good for 2 or 3 catches per game, and all of them have a lot of meaning behind them. Thomas makes the catch. Look how fast Dunham's working out there. They'll continue to put 3 men on the rush. Haven's got time to throw. That one's through the hands of Thomas. Dunham returns 8 starters on offense, but just 2 of their offensive linemen, Como and Dragseth. They're trying to keep Haven upright during what could be another special season in Baton Rouge. Hand off to Beckett Wilson. Wilson gets positive yards. This is his first varsity start. He's played some special teams, but this is his first start at running back. Coach Weiner said that he has displayed good speed and good vision in his JV starts. Player down for Dunham right now, and that's not good. They are literally a walking mash unit. They are without Colin Piku and J.J. Harris, their starting running backs.
You don't want to see your starting guard. I believe Trevor Abrams starting guard. You don't want to see him going down, especially with the protection issues that they've had the first 2 weeks of the season. So this is something that Dunham doesn't want to see. But again, if somebody goes down, you have to kind of adjust your game plan, Garrett, and do some different things to make sure that you're able to get the pass game going. They are doing up-tempo. When you see a team do up-tempo like that, it's protecting the offensive lineman as well, getting quick hits and stuff.
We take a quick look at the head coach, Neil Weiner. He's going to help Hebert up and walk his sophomore right guard off the field. Weiner with 159 wins in his career, 99 of them coming at Dunham. So a win tonight would give him 100 at his alma mater. That's not great news for Hebert, who's gingerly coming off the field on that right ankle.
Great to see that. Obviously, you prepare all spring and all summer to have a successful season. So I just hope and pray that he's able to get better.
UC Taylor James, he was a defensive coordinator at Mount Vernon High in North Texas. Hired in March by Ascension Catholic. He is 30 years old and has Louisiana roots. We'll tell you more about him as the game goes on. Now 3rd and 7, trying to connect, and that's in and out of the hands of Washington in traffic.
Hayden's pass intended for Jarvis Washington, incomplete.
That time they had George Washington lined up in the slot. Try to give him a little slant route that time. Looks like the ball was thrown behind him, but you can see wherever Jarvis Washington is, they have 2 or 3 defenders in his area.
Going forward on 4th down, they'll need 7. Richard Montgomery split out, bottom of your screen. Haven has time. This to Washington, his trusted receiver, and it's knocked free and recovered. Tyler Sotil recovers the ball, 1st down for Dunham.
It's recovered by number 6 for the Tigers.
And right, we talked about getting Elijah Haven out in the run, does a great job of getting downfield and hitting Jarvis Washington right there at that time. Has to protect the football, hold on to it. Turnovers, again, has been an issue for the Dunham offense, so they're going to try to limit that tonight.
Trevin Simon forces the fumble, but Dunham recovers. Wide receiver in traffic gets knocked down. That's intended for Montgomery at the face of the goal line. Pass interference.
Incomplete flag on the play.
Got defensive pass interference on the defense.
That time they got the Montgomery on the little route up the middle in the slot right here. Looks like he tried to do a little wheel route up the middle, and that time the defender just got tripped up with him and got caught and got the pass interference. It was a good look that time of Trevor Simon, who's absolutely, there are a lot of guys going both ways, and sometimes when you have a pass interference like that, Garrett, you don't know if that's a sign of fatigue because he is a starting running back as well, and he's back there at that safety position.
Wilson from the left side. He's up to the 5 and finally brought down. Dunham will have a chance just shy of the goal line to pick up a 1st down.
Trevin Simon led the charge for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and about 3 for the Tigers.
Let's step aside for our first man-to-man coverage break.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
The 11th play of this drive for the Dunham Tigers, with the ball spotted on the 4-yard line. The Tigers need 3 yards to get a first down, but coming off the timeout, we'll see if they can punch it into the end zone here against the Bulldogs. Haven, 4 of 6 passing for 40 yards. He's got some protection. Back of the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Richard Montgomery.
Haven pass complete to number 8, Richard Montgomery. That's good.
Outstanding drive that time by the Dunham offense. Obviously, they pick up the penalty to keep the drive going. Able to march the ball down the field. Right here, you have Montgomery with an option route. Able to get in the end zone. He goes up and climbs a ladder and makes that touchdown. Outstanding throw and catch that time by Richard Montgomery.
Really good opening drive by Dunham. And they might want to go for 2 here as Ascension Catholic jumped off sides. Looks like they'll continue on with the kick. Andrew Bardwell, who handles field goals and extra points for Dunham, 3-year starter out there. Snap is on the way from Kimball. This one's up in the air and good. Dunham takes a 7-0 lead on their first drive to start our game. Jerry, one more look here.
So what Dunham doing, they're spreading everybody out and they're attacking the middle. Kind of like the Tennessee Volunteers offense. They got wide splits so they can attack the middle of the field. At that time, they had Montgomery in the slot route, get a nice whip route down the end zone.
For the second year running, the LHSAA Network brings you a 1-hour football highlight show that covers the entire state of Louisiana, from Bossier to the Bayou. Friday night in the boot. We'll have it all, and make sure to watch each Friday night this fall starting at 11 p.m. Make sure to catch the show on the LHSAA Network live channel or watch it live on the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network. Well, Ascension Catholic picked up a first down or 2 on their first drive, but stalled, and then they put it into the hands of Elijah Haven and these electric wide receivers they have. They just marched down the field.
And I think for Ascension Catholic offensively, they were moving the ball. It's just that penalty got them when they did the quarterback sweep and got a holding call and kind of put it behind the sticks. And this is an offense that cannot get behind the sticks just because of the limited passing game that they have.
Gavin Bird, number 18, set to kick off for Dunham. And the senior puts it in the air. Vialon back there deep. Nice little return. Coming up the run is Fulse. Fulse gets it just shy of the 30-yard line. Going Fulse into traffic. Nice run. Take another look at Fulse's return for 29 yards.
Good job by Cohen Fulse. Anytime on a kickoff return, you don't want to waste time. Get downfield, pick up positive yards. At that time, Cohen Fulse did a good job on their return by following his blockers.
So Fernandez, who might just be a sophomore, but certainly has a knack for leading scoring drives over the first 3 games this season, averaging 35 points a night. There's a nice hard run by Simon, and he's got a first down. They're going to need a lot out of him and Josh Barber, who runs the rock at 6 foot 245.
Ascension Catholic, they must grow running backs on trees out here in Donaldsonville, because it seems like every single year that they have an elite running back. At that time, you can see Trevor Simon running behind his pads, running extremely hard, and his feet has not yet stopped all night long, and he's carrying defenders while he's picking up positive yards.
Simon, 54 rush attempts, 643 yards, 9 touchdowns. That's through the first 3 games. Oh, this one's through the hands of Fernandez. Still alive, though, avoids pressure, trying to get back to the 40-yard line. That could have been a lot worse.
It could have. He made something out of nothing and was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Of course, let's take another look at this one.
Little snap was a little bit to the wide to the right side, but a good job of controlling the ball and, like I said, not making it a disastrous play.
Now 2nd and 11 coming up from the 41-yard line. Man in motion is Cy Landry. Time to throw for Fernandez. Loads up, goes down the field, and some pass interference against Jacob Julian. That call will go against Dunham.
Fernandez's pass intended for Jacob Julian, incomplete.
Defensive pass interference on number 3, White.
Julian had that right arm out against the
15-yard
chest
penalty
of Cy Landry.
So it looks like they had a little one-on-one matchup that time between Julian and Danton right there on the edge. And didn't see a lot of contact, but just enough. He pulled that jersey towards the end and was able to draw a pass interference.
15 yards to the Tiger 45. First down, Bulldog.
Kind of hooked him.
Right there. I didn't see too much at the end. Like I said, I think when he hooked him to try to gain position, and you can't do that as a defender.
That's the first penalty called against Dunham tonight. 3 already for Ascension Catholic. Snaps off the mark. Gets it away, though, and Landry, trying to get some yak, is brought down by Danton.
I think Danton was upset by the pass interference. Did a good job that time of getting off the block and making a solid open field tackle. Right here, another bobble snap. Having a little time getting that snap tonight, but right here, Danton defeats the blocker. Able to make a one-on-one tackle. Outstanding play that time by William Danton, and a great way to redeem himself.
Now 2nd and 10. The ball is on Dunham's 45-yard line. Fernandez with Simon in the backfield. Doing a nice job of being able to run the ball and run the clock. Much as you can do that, you'll keep it out of the hands of Elijah Haven. This one thrown over the top, almost tips it to himself. Unfortunately, Julian can't come down with it. Got it just over the top of some double coverage.
He did. Look, I had 2 defenders in the vicinity, but did a great job of just getting it right over top of him. And again, just the fingertips of Jacob Julian's hands. If he was able to stretch out a little bit more, probably could have had that catch. And right there, again, you see the arm talent that Coach James was talking about with Fernandez and what he possesses.
Jacob Julian, a 3-year starter, also returns kicks for the Bulldogs, also lines up at cornerback. He'll split out wide, top of your screen, guarded by Richard Montgomery. 2nd and 10. Play action. Fernandez keeps it, gets it away, and that one's towards the sideline. Derry, we were talking about some of the great running backs in Ascension Catholic history. Of course, last year, Chad Elsie, what an incredible career. Over 6,000 all-purpose yards, over 100 touchdowns for his career. He was a stud.
Just a physical runner. One man cannot bring him down. If you got even, he was leaving. You had to get gang tackle that guy. He's having outstanding freshman year right now at Kentucky State. He's doing a great job.
So a pair of incomplete passes dooms this drive for Ascension Catholic. First punt went for 32 yards. This one's got a little bit more distance to it. Backing up is Montgomery, trying to keep this one out of the end zone. It'll end up being a touchback. Contact made by Julian, but he can't keep it out of the end zone.
Diego's punt goes into the end zone. It's a 45.
Right now, from Ascension Catholic defense, we talked about it. Can they get pressure on this offense with Elijah Haven? And right here, a great effort that time for Julian to try to get that ball out. Just wasn't able to get control of it, but incredible effort. And that's what you want out of these starters, playing extremely hard on special teams.
But I mean, we lost to 2 Sun Belt teams and a West Georgia team who's undefeated.
And again, it's hard for, you talked about getting pressure on this Dunham offense, but it's going to be extremely difficult because of the up-tempo offense and how quickly they're getting the ball out of Elijah Haven's hands.
That's Montgomery in motion. Flare out to him, missing the block, and that ball's on the turf. It's recovered by Ascension Catholic, and the Bulldogs got something going. Josh Barber, the junior defensive end, comes up with it after a tackle dislodges him. That was Shane Oakland.
Good job that time with Shane Oakland coming down that bubble screen, defeating the block, able to make a big play and get a turnover and get this Ascension Catholic offense in scoring position. Right here you see him defeats the block, dislodges the ball. As a defender, you always talk about crown on helmet on the football. He did an outstanding job, great technique. And let's see if this Ascension Catholic offense can take advantage of that turnover.
They'll take advantage of it in the red zone here, trailing 7-0. Ball on the 18-yard line. This is a direct snap to Simon. Simon got face masked. Flags fly. He's inside the 20. They're saying he put it on the deck, but because of the flag, I think it'll nullify a fumble.
He fumbles, but there's a flag on the play. It was recovered by number 44, Elliot Trahan.
Even though the face mask is going to nullify the fumble as a running back, you want to take care of the football. And look, I understand that, going both ways is extremely tough, but you want to tuck that ball high and tight because you're going to have a lot of defenders swiping at that football tonight.
Well, they had the ball in between the hashes, and if you want to go direct snap, that means you can have an extra blocker out wide. They weren't able to take advantage of it on this play. Here's another look.
No, they did a great job of penetrating and getting upfield, but right there, just got his hands. Jarvis Washington from that safety position got his hands kind of high up and nullified that fumble.
Josh Barber was leading the charge, trying to run behind the big man.
Correct. But they used to be a division. Right. But I saw him play.
Grabbing the face mask to call against the Tigers, so the Bulldogs will retain possession.
This should be an automatic first down. Maybe we can see it here.
Right here, did a great job of filling the alley by Jarvis Washington, but again, the hand placement. A lot of times you want to make the tackle, you want to make the play, and it's not on purpose that you do that, but it's kind of got his hands a little bit high that time.
That'll be half the distance to the goal against the Tigers.
You saw he raised his hand. He knew, like, I grabbed his face mask. That's my fault.
Goal Bulldogs.
The officials march it halfway to the goal line. Ball now on the 9-yard line. In is Cameron Schecksnyder at QB. The backup quarterback hands off to Simon. Simon bulldozes ahead and finishes about 3 yards shy of pay dirt.
Jacob Julian up the middle for the Bulldogs to about the 3-yard
Schecksnyder is a senior.
Number 23.
That time, but they giving Trevor Simon a little spell that time and got Jacob Julian in there to run the football. Right here, a little old school power. Garrett, haven't seen it in so long. Two-back backfield with a little power that time, and Julian does a great job following that fullback, following that guard, and picking up some positive yards.
Julian in the backfield. Julian cuts, tries to dive forward, but is brought down hard by Dunham's defense, and they're trying to hold them to a field goal.
And that time, Dunham blew up that power play. The right guard, Davion Geeson, wasn't able to get around the full way because of D-lineman and the penetration that Dunham provided on that drive, on that play.
2nd down and 3. They've been using 20, Chris Anthons, the 6'3" tight end, to run behind. See what the play call is here. You've got Barber. You got Barber at 6 foot 250, dotting the I in the back. Misplayed by Barber, tries to keep his feet, and he's knocked back for a loss. Huge play by Dunham's defense. Tackle made by Reed Williams.
Right here in the backfield, Barber a little heavy set. They've been having trouble with the snap tonight. I don't know if that's between the center and the ball carrier, but they have to get that fixed because they have killed a lot of drives with the snap tonight.
How about Richard Montgomery, the 6-foot senior, got his hands on Barber, and then Reed Williams finished him off. Williams, the 8th grader, had 3 tackles for loss and an 88-yard pick 6 in Parkview's opener. Not a bad debut.
Timeout, Tigers.
Timeout for the Tigers with 1:34 remaining. They lost 5 yards on the play. We'll step aside for man-to-man coverage break.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
Third and goal at the 8-yard line for the Ascension Catholic Bulldogs, tonight's home team here in Donaldsonville, trying to even up our score against the Dunham Tigers, who played for the state championship last year, losing by 3 points to Catholic New Iberia. Greg Fernandez in the shotgun, Trevor Simon right there with him. What could be a passing play, top of your screen is Villalon, number 7. Fernandez hands off to Simon, met in the backfield. Tackle made by William Danton.
Hand off to Trevor Simon, loss of 1 back to the 9.
4th and goal coming up for Ascension Catholic.
Great job that time by James Johnson, coming from his linebacker position. Read it, got downhill, made a great and outstanding play in the backfield. It's always good to see my fellow linebackers reading, reacting, getting downhill, being aggressive. That time James Johnson did a great job of blowing up that play.
Too wide, top of your screen. Jacob Julian split out wide. It's a fake. Fernandez into the corner of the end zone. And this one is away. 4th down stop for the Dunham Tigers, and they keep it scoreless.
Good stand that time by the Dunham defense. They were in scoring territory, but wasn't able to capitalize at that time. You got 2 defenders off the edge, get in the face of Fernandez and makes an inherent throw and gets his ball back into the Dunham offense. If I'm this Dunham defense, I'm extremely excited and proud that I was able to stop this team inside the 20.
So a turnover by Dunham gave them great field position, but Ascension Catholic cannot cash it in. Now starting on their own 9-yard line, Elijah Haven back out on the field for the Tigers. He threw for 5 touchdowns in the first half in the opener against Parkview Baptist. 400 yards and 6 touchdowns against 5A's Live Oak. And then last week against St. Charles Catholic, over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and a loss. This is a keeper for him. Trotting behind a couple of players. Spin move for the first down. He's over the 20. Just an insanely athletic guy who's also the district MVP in basketball for Coach Chad Myers.
Well, right here, looks like, look, didn't see what he liked, was able to get upfield, design quarterback run, fake the right, follow his blocker, and look, Elijah Haven is probably bigger than half these kids on the field. So when your quarterback is 6'4", 225 pounds, he's going to pick up some positive yards.
Almost had him. He slips out of their clutches and throws it away. Smart play. Looks like Vaughn Blanchard almost got a hand on him. 64.
Number 64, Vaughn Blanchard.
Good job that time by Vaughn Blanchard, and Noah Ortiz getting in the backfield and making Elijah Haven throw that ball away.
Tigers have it 2nd and 10 on 21.
Bulldogs continue to rush 3 on the line, trying to get some pressure on Haven. Trip wide receivers, bottom of your screen. Haven looks over the middle. This one's picked up by Sotil. Sotil's got a first down up to the 40.
Haven's pass complete to number 6, Tyler Sotil.
Sotil with the 18-yard grab. The senior moves the chains.
There was great patience that time by Elijah Haven. Looked out the safety, went back to his right, was able to hit Sotil in that slant route.
This one's a keeper for Haven. He'll finish just shy of the 45-yard line. And the clock runs out on our first quarter of play. Dunham has a 7-0 lead, looking for a little bit more. Don't go anywhere. The LHSAA Network Game of the Week just getting started here in Ascension, Paris. We'll be back right after this.
Protect what matters most to you and find out the many ways you can benefit. 100% free tuition and fees to all state colleges. Job training in over 150 different career fields, healthcare, pay, and much more. The Louisiana Army National Guard, part-time service with lifelong benefits. Find out more by visiting www.lang-recruiting.com.
For over 100 years, our families have gathered together to share with each other our challenges and hopes, to take this light we've been gifted and paint a brighter future for the next generation. The seeds we plant today are the bounty we harvest tomorrow. As farmers, we know that together we're stronger than we could ever be apart. We're the Louisiana Farm Bureau, and we're the voice of Louisiana agriculture.
Welcome back into Floyd Boutte Stadium here in Donaldson, Louisiana. Dunham with the lead and the football. Let's go down on the field for more with Steve Schneider.
Guys, some people would say that Ascension Catholic's an underdog because they're a smaller school, because they're playing a team that just made it to the Superdome. But I really can tell you that Ascension Catholic is not playing afraid in this game. They play these guys every year. They're playing strong. They're playing tough. Taylor James said the difference maker is probably Neil Weiner and his consistency. He's been at the school so long. They know exactly what to do. He's only had his kids for 3 games. I think that's the difference right now.
Thank you, Steve. Great start for Elijah Haven as flags fly. He was 7 of his first 10 for 59 yards and a touchdown.
Red ball foul. Snap infraction on the offense.
Penalty coming out of the quarter break against the Tigers.
And to Steve's point, Ascension Catholic always had guys go both ways, but that's the standard here at this program. These guys are known to be tough, physical, and well conditioned. And tonight they are playing extremely hard, and it's going to be. I think it's still going to be a battle, and Dunham has to stay in this ball game. If not, Ascension Catholic going to continue to fight.
Haven with time to throw. Needs 11 yards to move the chains. Overthrows the intended target. 3rd down and long coming up.
A couple of throws tonight from Elijah Haven, kind of a bit high a little bit. That time he looks like he wanted to bring the ball down just a little bit to his receiver and try to pick up that completion.
Haven tonight 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. 4 wide set, man in the backfield. Beckett Wilson. Wilson trying to pick up a block. Haven goes down the field. Got an intended target, and this one's picked up by Richard Montgomery, who stays on his feet into the end zone. 61 yards to the house.
Haven pass complete to number 8, Richard Montgomery. That's good for the Tiger. Touchdown.
It's almost like pick your poison. You have Jarvis Washington, who's had an incredible year to start off, but that time Richard Montgomery has made a lot of big plays tonight. Outstanding job of tracking the football, the body control, Garrett, to be able to turn in the air and still use his eyes, use his hands to catch that football and to get in the end zone. Outstanding play by that young man, Richard Montgomery. Second big play he's made tonight.
Montgomery's 2nd touchdown of the evening. It came against a 3-year starter at defensive back in Jacob Julian, and Dunham leads it 14-0.
Bradwell is good. Bardwell is good. So, 11:39 to play, 2nd quarter. Tigers 14, Bulldogs nothing.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola, Real Magic. By Louisiana Army National Guard, protect what matters. By Ochsner and the Ochsner Andrews Sports Medicine Institute. And by Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Louisiana agriculture. Industry, a big part of life down here in Donaldsonville, Louisiana, located on the banks of the Mississippi River. Bulldogs are going to get the ball back here, trailing Dunham by 14. Derry and I were talking about it. Last year, this was a 21-18 game. The 2 previous seasons, it was a 1-point affair, so this has been a very tight matchup over the last 3 seasons of this little rivalry.
This is a big drive right here from the Ascension Catholic offense. They have to get some points on the board, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown, because you do not want to get this game out of hand, out of reach fairly quickly in the first half.
That one finishes out of play. So the start for Haven has been fantastic. He's 8 of 12, 120 yards passing and 2 touchdowns.
Tigers kick goes out of bounds. Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And for the Ascension Catholic offense, they have to get the snap exchange corrected. I believe that has stalled some drives for them. You don't realize what that does to your offense. It puts you in a deficit. So they are having some success running the football, but they have to get the exchange from the quarterback and center corrected if they're going to be successful tonight.
Simon in tonight's ball game, 5 rushes, 28 yards. He'll get the rock here, makes a nice cut back into the field. He's over the 40-yard line.
Simon has to protect that football. He's holding a little bit too loose. He has watched too much film on LaShawn McCoy. There's only one person that can do that was LaShawn Shady McCoy. He needs to have that football tight to his stomach, to his rib cage. It's a little bit loose right now. He's getting an opportunity for these defenders to knock it out again.
If you were a defender on the field right now and saw him holding the ball like that, how do you attack
I'm taking my crown on my head and sticking it right through the ball.
Handoff again to Simon. He's over the 45, the 50, still on his feet. Simon with his longest run of the night, trying to turn the corner into the end zone, and he's 2 yards shy. Simon knocked out of bounds after an electrifying run.
I mean, who knows, have the ball close to the rib cage, you make a big run like that. Well, great job, a great jump cut right here. Another jump cut, gets to the outside, picks up great yardage, almost gets to the end zone. Outstanding effort that time by the Dunham defenders.
A 52-yard pickup for Simon. Gets the handoff here in the red zone, and a flag flies far side of the field. But Simon's got them in business.
Got a dead ball foul.
Simon on the carry, no gain on the play, but there's a flag on the play.
Looks like they're bringing in the heavy package. Let's see if they're going to get Josh Barber this ball, the big 250-pound D lineman.
Barber, number 23 in the backfield. Simon's back there with him. Power forward. They'll finish about 2 yards shy of the end zone.
That wasn't a tush push, that was called the bulldog push. So looks like they're trying to get creative offensively.
Trying to attack the middle of that Dunham Tiger defense. They've got such great speed. I'd love to see him kind of bootleg or run it out wide just to pick up a yard and a half here. Critical time for a score for Ascension Catholic.
I believe if this is 4-down territory, because I believe it is important and pertinent to get a touchdown on this drive.
Cy Landry, the junior wide receiver, now under center. Landry keeps it, tries to get an assist from his teammate, and Dunham will not fold. Great showing by the defensive front for the Tigers. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Take another look.
So again, they're trying to go with the tush push again. I just think that down and distance, they're a little bit too far away right now to do that. If you are going to do that, your old lineman has to get off the ball extremely hard and get a great push. And right now they're not doing that. Let's see if they try to go to something different. Like you said, Gary, get the quarterback on the edge, do something different. Now, look, give the ball to the main man, Trevor Simon. He got you down there. Let's see if you can punch it in.
Landry was looking to get under center. This should be a direct snap. Contact made, stretching for the end zone. He'll finish shy, bringing up 4th and goal. Hard running by Jacob Julian, but comes up short.
The Dunham defense was prepared for that. They shifted to the right side, and Dunham knew the ball was going their way. They got great pursuit and great penetration. Anytime you're on the goal line like that, the defense has to get, the D line has to get great penetration. And that time they were beginning the backfield, led by Richard Bonneville that time.
Bonneville got the stop just in front of the goal line. And this is a long one that they have on 4th and goal. They failed on 4th down on an incomplete pass at the other end of the field to end the first quarter. Here's Barber. Barber keeps his feet, pushes into the end zone, waiting for the call from the officials. His teammates want the call. It's either a huge stop from Dunham or our game score will be cut in half. You see 23 Barber over the goal line, and Dunham rejoices. No touchdown called there. That's as close as you can come without scoring a touchdown.
It is. I'm going to take another look at it to see exactly where that ball was. I know he's a lot of traffic going on in there, so couldn't see it from this viewpoint. It looks like the call is going to upstand. Outstanding stand by this Dunham defense that time. And right here, again, great penetration in the backfield. Number 19, Richard Bonneville again, getting to the backfield, stopping that play. And again, I don't think he got in. Great stand time this time by the Dunham defense.
2 4th-down stops in the game now for the Dunham defense. And Elijah Haven will take over deep in his own end zone, but they're happy to take over with the score still 14-0.
Right here again, Bonneville, number 44, they get great push. Number 19, Bonneville gets great push. And it's just hard to see where the ball is, and there's no disputable evidence. I don't think he's over. Yeah. The ball, obviously, the ball has to break the plane, but it didn't. And again, this gives your team so much confidence too defensively. When you get a goal line stand like that, it ignites the whole team. And again, a great job. And I know the defensive coordinator, Lon Decker, is extremely happy of this Dunham defense.
6 in the box and maybe a chance to blitz Elijah Williams in his own end zone here. Ball inside the 1-yard line. Elijah Haven. Here comes the pressure. Haven loads up, throws it deep. Coming back for the ball and making the catch and brought down is Richard Montgomery. A touchdown saving catch by the Bulldogs on what could have been a 99-yard touchdown run. 63 yards on the pickup by Montgomery, who was well over 100 yards tonight.
And that time again, they got Richard Montgomery spread out wide to the right side. One-on-one matchup. He's probably going to win that every single time. He was able to beat the defender that time, Chris Thomas, on a simple go route. Stepped inside, got outside, and again, if Elijah Haven leads him a little bit more, he probably hits his head on the goalpost.
Great stick in the backfield against Beckett Wilson. Pass into the flats for no gain. Shane Oakland with the tackle.
Second big play that time by Shane Oakland. Again, they tried this little bubble screen, and nobody wants to block Shane Oakland tonight, and he says, okay, I'll make a free tackle. And again, the second big play that time from Shane Oakland on his bubble screen by the Dunham offense.
The Bulldogs defense still playing hard here. Monster night already for Montgomery. Here's a keeper by Haven. Haven across the 40-yard line. 4 catches, 125 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Richard Montgomery.
He had stats for a whole game he got in the first half.
There's 7.5 minutes left in the second quarter. 3 wide, bottom of the screen. Washington, number 1, your leading receiver. Offensive coordinator for Dunham is Jeff Hand, now in his 5th season. Rolling out his Haven, little pressure behind him, and he didn't see it. Tackle made by Rafe Melanson. Big hit by Cole Fultz as well. Loss of 5 on the play.
This time they roll him out, but good pursuit backside that time by Cole Fultz, not giving up on the play, pursuing, able to get in that backfield and try to put this Dunham offense behind the sticks, and looks like it's going to be in for a punt situation. Great stop that time by giving a big long play and being resilient.
Tyler Sotil has handled most of the punts this season. The senior wide receiver is back. Cy Landry back deep to receive. Just got this one away, and it's a sky kick. Landry won't bother with it. So a great stop by Ascension Catholic's defense. Tune in Sundays at 6 p.m. on the LHSAA Network live channel as Steve Schneider hosts contributors from around the state to talk all things Louisiana high school sports.
What about that gnat analogy earlier by Steve Schneider?
I don't want to stand on the sideline. I'll be in the game flying around. I don't want them settling on me.
I mean, can you imagine him giving you a pregame speech as a defensive coordinator? I think that'll go pretty well.
Right through a brick wall. Simon has gone 8 for 88 yards tonight. Will they continue to run the ball or try and loosen things up? Two wide set. Drive starts at the 19-yard line. Trying to turn the corner is Julian, and he'll be brought down by Joshua Lazar, senior linebacker.
The freshman class of Ascension Catholic is selling a sweet booth down below the grandstands to raise money for home.
So a stop on 4th down, and then the defense for Ascension Catholic is able to get back out on the field with a stop of their own. It's time for our man-to-man coverage break. Stay with us.
At Breck Golf, our courses are your courses. A place for family and friends to come together, to enjoy the great outdoors, to work on your swing, or get in the game. It's all just minutes away. With convenient locations around the parish and online tee time bookings, it's easy to find your next hole-in-one with Breck Golf.
If you want to break the rock, you need to make yourself indestructible. If you want to play between the hedges, you need to work out there, up there, down there, everywhere. If you want to reach the win bar, you need to lose sleep, lose count. You need to play every game like you got nothing to lose.
Welcome back in. Brent Fernandez at quarterback, sophomore, in his fourth start for Ascension Catholic. His team trails Dunham by 2 touchdowns. Jacob Julian, number 5, ready to run the rock. This is a keeper by Barber. Sheds 1 tackle, and the big man over the 30-yard line. He's got himself a first down. That could have been a 1-yard gain, and instead the second effort pays dividends.
Well, that's when 250 meets 205, and a lot of times 250 is going to win that matchup. Right here, Josh Barber does a great job of spinning off that tackle. Number 59, Thomas Gibson, gets upfield and picks up a first down for the Ascension Catholic offense.
12 yards on the run by Josh Barber, a literal headache for opposing defenses. He'll stay in the backfield. Hand off to Simon, who's approaching 100 yards rushing. He'll be slowed down and stopped by Charlie Myers of Dunham. Man, Barber, one of those guys, an all-state defensive lineman, but he's got 4.7 speed in the 40. Don't let him get in the open field.
No, like I said, guy has a great, obviously great size, but one thing I know is he has outstanding footwork. He does a good job on the defensive line unit as well, getting penetration, getting in the backfield. So nice, nifty feet, and I believe he is a basketball player as well, so it always goes hand in hand when you play basketball. You have great feet on the football field. It's a great transition.
Prior to the timeout, Ascension Catholic had 100 yards total. Dunham had 211 early in our ball game. That ball tipped away. Great coverage by William Danton, Jr.
Pass intended for number 3, Cy Landry, broken up.
William Danton is a good-looking kid. I saw him pregame warming up from the defensive back. He's long, rangy, has good break on the ball, good vision. That time he basically ran the route for the receiver that time from Ascension Catholic, Cy Landry. So he's a great-looking prospect. He has great hips, and I believe the guy has a chance to play on the next level.
Fernandez looking to the sideline. Coach James trying to jumpstart the fast and wide offense. They've run it almost exclusively tonight. Fernandez, 2 of 8 for 10 yards. He'll call timeout here with 4:48 remaining. 3rd and 9 coming up after that quick timeout. Derry, they've really struggled on 3rd down conversions tonight. Ascension Catholic is 0 for 4. What's a play here for 9 or 10 yards that can get them going?
Man, I think they have to get Greg Fernandez out on a boot play. I always say this every week. When you have a young quarterback like this, you have to give him an option to either run it or pass it and give him a nice, easy throw.
Our next game of the week on the LHSAA Network, Jules Sumner at Franklinton, Thursday, 7 p.m. Join us on the network. Should be a great matchup. Both of those teams deep into the LHSAA playoffs a season ago. We hope you'll join us Thursday night at 7 o'clock. See what Ascension Catholic comes up with out of the timeout here. Twice they've had the ball in the red zone, and the defense for Dunham has stood tall. Coach James, his first year as a head coach after coming over from Mount Vernon, Texas, in the North Texas area. Three down linemen for Dunham here on 3rd and 9. Here comes the pressure. Fernandez loads up. This one's a catch by Villalon. He's over the 50-yard line, and a first down. That's huge. Little extracurriculars after the play, and that'll end up being a flag, I think, on Dunham.
17-yard pickup, and there's a flag on the play.
Good job that time by Fernandez, staying in the pocket, pushing that ball down the field, and great comeback right there by Villian.
On the defense, number 1 white, 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That'll put a jolt into the fans here at Butte Stadium. The unsportsmanlike call on Jarvis Washington, the defensive back.
15-yard unsportsmanlike against the Tigers, sets the Bulldogs up.
Not successful stripping the ball away. And a shove against Villalon. Can Fernandez build a little momentum here. Keeper. Simon's got him a block. He's over the 30. And a really nice run for the sophomore starter.
It's amazing once you get a couple completions going and get the run game going, what that does to you as far as your confidence. And right now on this drive, Greg Fernandez looks confident. He looks cool, calm, and collected. Let's see if they can cap it off with some points.
They spotted the 26.
Little over 4 minutes remaining in our first half.
6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4.
Very determined drive here by Ascension Catholic on their home field. Backdoor. Pressure finally got him from behind. Great job tracking him down by Elliott Trahong.
Fernandez scrambles down to about the 22-yard line.
Forced him to flee the pocket and was able to track him down.
The Tigers, Elliott Trahan, and that's a first down Bulldogs.
Good pursuit that time by Elliott Trahan. Obviously, he was a district MVP last year from that D-line position. And Coach Ronald talked about this guy. If you see him out in the street or walking around, you wouldn't think he was probably one of the most dominant D-linemen in his classification. All-state player, outstanding player, and is very disruptive from that D-line position. He uses his hands very violently. He's able to get off a block and make plays.
Handoff in the backfield. Falling forward for positive yards is Simon. 2nd down coming up.
Trevin Simon inside the
If you can continue to little dink and dunk, get the runs here, run the clock, you might be able to cut the lead in half and not give too much time to Elijah Haven to answer.
I love how Trevin Simon sets up the defenders. He keeps it wide, gets them on his outside shoulders, and able to stick that foot in the ground, get upfield. And that time, looks like Lazard made a great tackle, because if he didn't, I think Trevin Simon would have picked up more yards.
3 wide, top of your screen. This is a designed run for Fernandez. Heading up towards the first down marker, trying to bust through the red zone. Gets an assist from Karsten Broden, his senior offensive lineman, pops it back up quickly.
Right here, they run the quarterback sweep a lot tonight and does a great job of following his blockers, finds his hole, no wasted motion, no sideline to sideline, no dancing, gets north and south and picks up some positive yards.
9 plays on this drive for 66 yards. Reed Williams, number 20, just kind of spying Fernandez, seeing whatever he does, following him on each play for Dunham. 3rd and 4, obviously 2-down territory, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Stutter step by Julian, and it looks like he gets the ball up to the 14-yard line.
Jacob Julian on the carry. Wrapped up that time by number 33, James Johnson.
This is the longest drive of the game for Ascension Catholic.
15-yard line to the 14.
They are content to let that clock run.
Long 2 for the Bulldogs.
4th and 2 here. Fernandez has had success running the ball. You think he keeps it?
I'm not sure. 4th and 2 is kind of long. I probably wouldn't run the football with him right here. Let's just see if they can maybe get a little quick route. Again, hitch route or something, a slant route or a pick route. See if they can pick up the first down.
Timeout coming. The High School Spotlight is in its 3rd season and airs live on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on the LHSAA Network Live channel. The High School Spotlight features all the top stories in high school athletics from around the state in all LHSAA sports. Ball currently on the 14-yard line. 4th and 2 coming up. And Gary, I think you make a good point. Might be a little long to pick it up with your feet. You got a little room to play, maybe something into the back of the end zone. If you can get 2-3 seconds, give him some time to throw.
It is. You don't want a long, drawn-out play as well. if you're going to throw the ball, something nice and quick, like I said, a rub route, pick route, get them on the edge. Again, the run pass option is always good for a young quarterback, so it's be interesting to see what the offensive coordinator dials up.
The defense for the Tigers back out on the field. They're unfortunately without one of their starting linebackers in Heyman, Trevor Heyman, with the starting linebackers. Down a couple of wide receivers and a tight end, but still sitting with a lead, 14-0 here. Fernandez and Simon in the backfield. They run on the right side. They need 2 yards and get tripped up. It'll depend on the spot. Richard Bonneville and James Johnson were there pursuing. And the officials are hot about something. Let's take another look, Derek.
Again, quarterback power. Was able to get upfield and was able to get that first down, and great job that time for Fernandez to keep his drive going.
Just got it to the 12-yard line.
It was close.
First down, Bulldogs. First and 10 at the
Clock will run. Under a minute left in the half. Three wide, top of your screen. Some pressure, and Fernandez is brought down with the sack. Trahan comes busting through. Richard Bonneville with the assist.
Richard Bonneville has caused a lot of issues tonight from the linebacker position. Right here, coming off the edge, and does a great job of finishing off. And we talked about Trahan earlier from the D-tackle position, how disruptive and knowledgeable he is of playing that D-tackle position.
Loss of 8 on the play. 2nd and 18 coming up. This could be the final play of the half. Fernandez pressured again. This is a gimme ball, and it's into the hands of Dunham. What a huge interception. And a long run coming by number 28. No one's going to catch him. He's in the end zone. It's